Moving forward, let's invite the next speaker for the day, and the topic is going to be Empowering Poultry Sector Vision 2047. And this will be conducted by Dr. S.K. Datta, Joint Commissioner AH, Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairy, Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairy, Government of India, New Delhi. With the huge round of applause, everyone, let's welcome Dr. S.K. Datta. Huge round of applause. Everyone, let's show some energy back into the room. Like the very first in the morning, we had enough energy, so I'm expecting everybody post lunch to revive yourself. Let's refuel ourselves and give a huge round of applause to every person who is here with us and giving their precious time here today. With this, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. So again, I am here with this. I feel always comfortable to be with these poultry sectors, because you know this not only from the Government of India. Now I am a Joint Commissioner, but I am handling this poultry issue so many of times, and all these things, this industry giants and professors, scientists, and amongst us, it's very, I feel very shame that I am speaking, I am standing in front of you for speaking something else on the government's activities. So this topic is empowering this poultry industry, poultry sector in 2047. I think since morning we have been listening all speakers. Already context has been set, and we have listened our Madam Secretary and Minister, Honorable Minister. So I think everybody already we have understood that what we need to do in future in the poultry sector. So it is indeed this government is working on it towards this vision 2047. One vision is up to 2030 what we need to do, and 2047 what we need to do. So you know this since 1980, 1990 onward, I can say, thanks to these poultry legend industries and commercial sectors has stood up with their own feet with the help of this genetic improvement and all these things. But this, as Madam already said, that government, without the government help, this industry is standing with lot of ups and downs. We have seen how this poultry sector, this poultry market was suffering in the wake of the avian influenza and later on this corona outbreak. So as a government, we have done something little, very little help with this sector, but we have not denied the sector anywhere. Government is not denied the sector anywhere. Now this already we have a separate ministry, and we have of course some kind of policy decision we are taking. The government has now understand this poultry sector is such a sector that can empower this lot of this entire rural sector. Now this livestock census is coming up, and what we have seen, this the cattle sector, dairy sector, this they are growing, but not like the poultry sector. Poultry sector is doing like anything specifically in the backyard poultry sector. From a safety standpoint, we have to think about this, how far we can go. We can go, but nowadays our demand is this, we have reached up to 103 eggs per capita so far egg is concerned, but we have to reach 180 egg as per the recommendation. So if we calculate the things taking into 6% growth, so by 2047 we have to just double the production. At the same time our population will grow, and 2047 we have to double the production. Now this commercial sector, you see, commercial sector is contributing 80% of the total aid requirement in our country. But this, how far the commercial sector will go, because challenges is that if we start promoting the commercial sector and we are producing the eggs, we have lot of challenges. We have challenges on the feed resources, we have challenges on the environment, we have challenges on the climate change, we have so many of diseases, we have challenges on the land, and we cannot be, I think we cannot be able to establish new big farms for the total egg produce. But now these year statistics says that from backyard sector only 15% of the egg is coming to contributing to our egg production sector. So now comment it is a proven fact. So mainly through the egg production, and of course the broiler production, it's a one-time affairs, and this cash crop is the broiler, but egg production, it is a sustainable growth on the egg production. But this is our analysis and the so far stakeholder consultation we have made. Now issue is that the bird we are maintaining, of course the commercial sector, they are high producing bird, but that bird, the common poor farmers, they cannot maintain this kind of bird in their coastal backyard sector. So then we need a climate resilient, environment friendly bird. So that genetics we need to develop. So poultry sector, and we are trying to develop this sector, this farmers and tribal area development program. Now very recently we have taken a very, we have approved one scheme, that's tribal development program, this empowering the Forest Right Act, Patta Holder Forest Right Acts, we are providing 90% subsidy to them to establish 100, 200 layer bird and broiler bird. So layer mainly it is targeted towards the egg production. So we will be requiring these more and more germplasm, that will be sustainable germplasm at the farmer's doorstep. So same time this commercial sector also need to grow. So both the sector need to grow and contribute to the egg production in our country, so that we can reach our target, just doubling the production as on date. Second issue is that meat production. The meat production, of course, but I just want to say for information. So census data says that from last year to this year, this egg production has increased only by 3.17%. So earlier it used to be more than it is near about 6%. So egg production growth is something is not coming up as it was in earlier. If you see comparison into the broiler chicken meat production, so meat production has grown up like anything. So today we are producing this 10.28 million tons of meat. Of course, 50% contribution from the poultry is coming. So that means this broiler sector is growing, this consumption is growing, but still we have reached only 7 kilo per capita consumption, but we need to go up to 11, 12 kilo per capita consumption. So that sector will be also be requiring. So in 2047, even before that, 2047, we will be requiring just double the production as on today. So keeping in this scenario, there are many challenges, these diseases. Any meat and misrepresentation on the poultry consumption. Yesterday I was reading one news articles. They are telling that the consumption of the poultry meat is aggravating the cancer. So as a veterinary in this vets in the society, so we have to work a lot. To tell you frankly, this except this, so all this needs to be countered by the technical people like us. So government, in our government we have taken, because you know this our ministry is taking is nowadays handling both welfare as well as the production. Both this side we have to balance. So every week, every 15 days we have a Twitter handle. So we are promoting egg, but we cannot promote meat because we are getting lot of setback from the meat promo. Once we have done the promotion of the meat, so that was huge repercussion. But we promote this egg through our Twitter handle, department Twitter. What is the benefit of the egg? What is the nutrient value of the egg? So I think we are the technocrats and we are the scientists and we know the scientific background. I think people should know how the poultry is developed. People doesn't know. So day before yesterday, one lady came to me. They are saying that you have to take the cage-free bird. So then I started arguing. What are you telling? Cage-free bird or free-range bird? Do you know how poultry is going? What is the system of production? You know, have you seen the poultry farm? They have trained the farmers saying that this is the cage-free bird, and they are promoting the AI system. So it's a huge cost. So they are saying it is cage-free bird, free-range bird. So then I started arguing, if you are telling the free-range bird, then you are telling the light in front of the court, in front of the people also. Free range is different, cage free is different. So if you do not have any knowledge on this poultry production system, so you are misguiding the common people. So these things we need to promote so that the people may know this egg we are consuming that is safe for the human being, that gives this much of protein. So these things, as a technical person, as a society, promoter of the poultry industry, we need to give this production. Second issue is coming, that sustainability. So 2047 we have to double the production and we have to supply the food for nutrition. Then what is the sustainability? Do you think poultry sector will be sustained till 2047? So Honorable Minister has said that this maize production has gone 3 times. So are we getting maize at 15 rupees, 20 rupees per kilo maize? So we have to be sustainable. For that, alternative feeding system we have to develop, and we have to work on that sustainable production system. So now this European Union is trying to push this welfare standard on the poultry. So I went to this Japan for animal welfare focal point training. So what is their welfare standard? Very nicely they are promoting. See, this how this things is modulating in our country. This international body, they are recognizing animal welfare. They are linking animal welfare is the safe food and disease control. But here this animal welfare is taking as a different way. So they are telling that if you downsize this stock, suppose in America, in 1 square meter, they are placing the bird for 7 to 8 kilo production. So they are saying they are worried about the stocking density. Because if you go on increasing the stocking, obviously if you want to produce more, then you have to increase the stocking density. And this everything will come, this disease will come, and the welfare issue will come, meat quality will come, everything is scientifically proven. They are concerned about the stocking density. So for sustainability, good production, everything we have to take care, because consumer demand is different. Consumer, they doesn't want this मुर्गी आप जिंदा आज के दिन में ब्रॉयलर इंडस्ट्री क्या कर रहा है, मुर्गी को पाल रहा है, बड़ा कर रहा है और लाइव बर्ड लेके मार्केट में छोड़ दे रहा है. So rampant wet market is going on, so industry need to think how the processing part can be enhanced this in our poultry sector. This will give you two benefits. One is we will be exporting the products. Consumer will feel safe to consume the poultry products. So for that, Government of India has already taken up these various schemes are coming. Balaram Jadhav ji has mentioned this Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development Fund, and we have included, though it is not big thing, 26 processing slaughtering plant has come up. And out of 26 processing slaughtering plant, 5 big slaughtering plant for the poultry processing has been funded under the Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Plan. And we are funding for the environmentally controlled poultry houses. Lot of applications we are approving, environmentally controlled poultry houses. And it's a huge cost, big cost from large farms, breeder farms are coming, environmentally controlled poultry house farmings, and take this benefit of the animal husbandry infrastructure who have not taken. I think most of the poultry sector is hardly any company left who has not taken the benefit of the animal husbandry infrastructure development fund. So animal feed plant has been established. Now we are thinking about the regulation of the animal feed plant. So that guideline is under preparation and BIS is developing the various standards. So at the same time, we have to be very much cautious about this. When we increase the production, the sustainability of the sector, from where the raw material is coming, and how we meet these challenges, that is the big issue on the before the government. So at the one side, we have to look after the farmers who are producing the raw materials, and we have to look after the poultry. Every time we are sitting, every week we are monitoring. You cannot imagine, government is monitoring, and very much government is very sensitive, because that's why we have allowed this GM soya, and we are taking many steps. We have allowed import of dented corn. Of course, it is non-GMO corn. We have allowed import. That TR2 quota we have been open. That is been opened, and it is thanks to the government policy that the soya prices is constant for the last 2 years. Though we know these farmers are suffering, farmers are not getting price because there are many representation issues are coming. We have been able to maintain the constant price for the DUL rice bran. And DUL rice bran, it is now, I think it is the cheapest in our country. Nowadays, this cattle feed sector, they are getting good result on that. Now government is specializing this when we are not able to, we are demanding the wage. So then government is asking why you are not using DDGS. We have been able to convince government this whatever you are producing DDGS, that is not being consumed by the poultry sector because there are maybe technical issues. If you have produced good quality, then you will consume it. Now this thing is that slowly government is trying to increase the production, this maize production, and but if you go rapidly, suppose 6% growth, if you see in future, then there will be, appears there will be a competition between the human food and the animal food. So in 2047, we have all to see. Government is not alone. Government is working on the inputs of your sector. Because without the poultry sector, private sector inputs, government cannot take any policy decision on the poultry. Though government is thinking about the some of the poultry cluster development program, so that because in North, every state they have a program for poultry development. Now the competition is coming. There has to come. There is a competition between among the states. UP has given a very good policy decision. They are providing many subsidies for the poultry development. Bihar is taking. West Bengal has taken. West Bengal has gone up to second place in egg production. Meat in first place. Every state, you see this in our country, except in eastern and northeastern state, every state has their own policy on the poultry development. That means every state require protein, every state require eggs. So every state is taking measures. So days will come in 2047, so production will be doubled. Demand will be low and production will be doubled. And for that we have to be prepared. Government is ready to help in many ways, though there is some bottlenecks. But slowly, this our department's importance is gaining momentum, and this budget is also increasing. Last year to this year, budget has increased. I think these days come. We are formulating new policy scheme. So obviously we will work together with the industry, and as a veterinarian, we should promote and we should protect our sector by providing a good message to the society. Don't go behind this thing, because in front of the screens, this is a social media friendly society. So you will get this setback in days to come. Thank you very much for coming here. I have taken a lot of time for you.
Thank you so much, sir. Please be